Welcome to Straight Talk. Regulations save jobs. They do not kill them. But how many times have you heard that phrase, job-killing regulations, repeated over and over again until people start believing it's true only because they kept hearing it repeated over and over again by right-wing politicians and the heads of giant corporations. But I ask you to ask yourself, what was the biggest job killer in your lifetime? Was it some government regulation? No, it was the Great Recession of 2008. Brought on not by regulations, but rather a lack of rules and laws. The big banks and mortgage companies gambled with other people's money, and when they won, they paid themselves big multi-million-dollar bonuses. But when they lost, like gamblers always eventually do, they said they were too big to fail, and they demanded that you, Joe Taxpayer, reach into your pocket and bail them out. Millions of hardworking people lost their jobs. Tens of thousands lost their homes, and thousands of companies closed down. The natural law of economics has existed from the beginning of history when men were living in caves. Demand and supply. If there is a demand for any product, automobiles, laptops, or alcohol, there will be a supply. And creating that supply creates jobs. It is that simple. Demand equals supply equals jobs. Taxes and regulations have almost no effect on jobs. One of my favorite examples of a so-called job-killing regulation is the car companies in the 1950s and 60s. The giant automakers fought tooth and nail against what they claimed was a giant job-killing regulation that would make cars too expensive, reduce sales, and throw thousands of hard-working auto workers out of work. What was this ridiculous regulation? The seat belt. $2 worth of fabric and metal, about $10 a car. The car makers would rather see their own customers fly through a windshield and split their skull wide open on the pavement than lose a few dollars of profit. We all know seatbelts haven't killed any jobs. Rather, they've created thousands of high-paying skilled jobs. Designing safety equipment, maintaining safety equipment, installing it, airbags, traction control, and even the humble seatbelt. So next time someone spouts off to you about getting rid of job-killing regulations, ask yourself, ask them, is it really going to kill a job or just cut into some billionaire's profit? That's all for this week. Now a word from our sponsor.